On this episode of Buff's Garage, we gotta get packed because it's day one of Poverty Tour. It's really early, but we've got to get to Joplin to meet everybody else because we've got 1,200 miles to do and Fred the little farm truck to get to Duct Tape Drags. Oh, it's too early. Morning, Fred. Well, now that I've got about 150, close to 200 miles on Fred, there's a few little things I need to do to finish him up before we head off to Duct Tape Drags. So if you remember, I kind of just threw some crappy oil in it to get it going and running around. So let's go ahead and change the oil, change the filter, and maybe stop the oil pan leak. Well, other than slightly overfilled, it's pretty much as I expected. Not too dark, but it's only been in there a few hundred miles, so it is what it is. I'm going to see if I can drop this pan and fix the leak at the rear. Hopefully that'll get us to Duct Tape Drags without too much of an issue. Well, this time I'm going to go ahead and fill it up with some VR1. I've only got 5 quarts of it, and technically this engine holds 5.5 quarts, so we'll be alright. Hopefully our oil leak is fixed. We had a little bit of a leak at the back of the pan, and I also found a transmission leak. One of the transmission cooler lines is actually not quite tight enough, so all that's nice and tight now. If not, I hope I can crawl under it and fix it along the way. I mean, I'm bringing a jack and some tools and some fluids because, you know, it's kind of a race truck. So far I haven't gotten too warm on the coolant side. It's pretty much still full. There's a little crud in there, but we're going to say that's from the engine side. So because we're not allowed to run antifreeze on the drag strip, I've been filling it with water. But before I finish topping it off, I'm going to go ahead and throw in some Rizlone Super Cool. I've actually had pretty good luck with this in other vehicles, including Falkenstein. It was trying to overheat on me a couple times before I went and redid this. It tried to overheat on me a couple times before I changed out the radiator and all that. So I threw this in and it actually cooled it down like 20-30 degrees. There we go, we're topped off. We'll keep an eye on that throughout the trip and hopefully we don't have any leaks anywhere. So with the oil changed and most of the leaks at least looked at and addressed, we'll see if they hold. I think we're ready to drop this thing back down. Right, time to take it around the block and make sure everything's still good. And then we gotta pack because we gotta go to Duct Tape Drags. But first, we're headed to Joplin, Missouri for the start of Poverty Tour with Pole Barn Garage. I also want to thank Treadwear for making me a cool set of white letters for the front tires. Because I couldn't get white lettered tires for the front, just they didn't make them in that size. And I looked everywhere, and the only ones that even came close was BF Goodrich, and the reviews were really, really bad on those tires. Those particular ones, not saying all of them. So Treadwear just went ahead and printed me up some, and they can make yours to look like whatever you want. Whether you want to match what's on your tires now, you want something old school, or you want to make something custom. No idea how long it'll stick, but we'll have some white letters on the front now. Yep, got to get everything packed up. It's going to be loaded with way too much stuff, so I'm a little worried about the tires rubbing, but that's why we have a truck. Let's get this thing packed. Well, here we are. We made it to Joplin, Missouri for the beginning of Poverty Tour with Pole Barn Garage. There's quite the crowd of people here, but you know, Fred made it because of course he did. Now, he's already leaking a little bit of oil and maybe backfiring a little bit, but you know what? He made it here. So we'll see how he does the rest of the day. Got to get a new windshield put in once we hit Oklahoma City because they're not going to let me run down the track with a cracked windshield. But he made it. Let's see how far he can get now. Well, it's really tight in here because, you know, Fred was never a big truck to begin with. How are you doing on your side?
It's great.
So we're all loaded up and we're gonna head to Galena, Kansas. So we're gonna leave Missouri, hit Kansas, then into Oklahoma, and hopefully some point, get to our hotel room tonight. But so far, so good. On we go. Well, one thing you don't see is we got this little cooler we're using as an armrest. That's right, we brought Snickers with us. That's to celebrate our trip along the way. So we hit Joplin this morning, we're gonna hit El Reno this afternoon, this evening, whatever. So we'll get our victory Snickers on once we get there.
Can be. My heart beats for the heartland, smack in the middle of the land of the free. I said it once, say it again. Know how many times I told you I know this stuff because I'm from the great state of Oklahoma. Hell, cattle huddle up in the corner of the peg road, me just gonna said it once, say it again. Oh, how many times I told ya I know this stuff because I'm from the great state of Oklahoma.
There's hay. Back there. Lots of it.
Well, Fred is indoors because we are outside Oklahoma City, and I know you know this guy. He helped us with the El Camino on Pole Barn Garage, and he also helps out Puddin's Fab Shop whenever he needs some glass done. So he found me a windshield for Fred, and we're gonna throw one in right now and hopefully still make it to our hotel tonight.
Does that look right? The same?
It looks the same.
Looks the same.
Nice.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure before we tore it out.
But also Fred has started acting up. So we lost our third gear right just a couple miles from here. So we're gonna have to check the fluid, top it off maybe. Hopefully it's not just overheating. Hopefully it's not burning up. But we'll see. We'll find out.
I can't believe the amount of dirt that was on this glass. I can't believe they even had it.
I was shocked whenever I messaged you and you said, oh, they have it. And I was like, there ain't no way.
Yeah. Oh, and they've had it a while too. It was.
Yeah.
You don't have to get back to the highway. Get a fancy tool on this thing because this.
There's the new one. Out comes the old one. It's coming out piece by piece because it's been in there
The rubber's
forever.
completely cut on the inside. It still don't want to move.
That's perfect.
Not yet, anyway. We're done now.
Oh, man. Hey, Becky. Can you grab this? You got it? Yeah. Okay, never mind. Look at that.
Good spot.
Dirty, but not rusted. Awesome. I mean, it's a Texas truck. It's sat since
Yeah, that's pretty.
1984, I think, is what the plate says.
Yeah, here's your gasket.
That's fine. It was holding out water. And I can really feel the breeze as you drive.
We'll just leave it like this, get you some goggles.
Yeah. It got a little warm in there. Doing the old rope pull. Got the gasket in. Pulls that rope, but then pulls it in over that lip, and then you got a nice, beautiful seal. Look at that. Already done. What was it, like 10 minutes? 20 minutes maybe?
We still need to seal it up though.
Still pretty quick. Well, here we are, El Reno, Oklahoma. We actually limped in last night. It just started raining on us. We got a new windshield put in Fred, but then we lost third gear. Now, I'm not sure if that is just that we overdid the transmission. That last haul was a long one. A couple of hours of driving in the heat, and even the engine temps got up a little bit, but as you know, the transmission is routed through its own cooler. It may have overheated and puked, I don't know. I do know that we lost a little bit of fluid. We topped it off. We unhooked our little kick down cable on the 904, and we limped it all the way to El Reno. So this morning we're gonna regroup, take a look at all that, top off any fluids, see if we can stop the inevitable leak that is happening out of the engine, and yeah, onward to Amarillo.
Doing the thing, and it's raining. Yay!
Rainy day in El Reno, but we're going to be off to Amarillo. Everybody wake up. We'll be at the landmark what better than, you know, tuning your engine and trying to fix your transmission in the parking lot of a Walmart with, you know, about 100 other people. Seems fine. Fine. Only about 1,000 miles left to go. I'm sure we'll have no problem whatsoever or anymore. I don't know. I fixed the rear main seal though. All right, so Fred made it to Lucille's here on Route 66. Still having issues with this transmission. It does run, it does drive, it does stop. The biggest issue is this transmission, I think, is just giving it up. It was out of an old car that sat in the desert for a very, very long time. No idea what the mileage was because all the dash was pretty much crumbled and falling apart, but we made it this far, and I've got a nice group of people here. Several of them have some great advice. It's obviously some kind of hydraulic pressure. Somewhere we're not getting fluid where it needs to be. It's going to be fine. We either put another transmission in it or we fix this one. But either way, it's still rolling and driving, so we're going to try to limp it on to Amarillo and then figure it out from there. So apparently just ahead of us, Ray, from Wrenching with Ray, his low front end hit a bump and took out his oil pan. So this awesome place, looks like Warner's Small Engine Clinic, let us use their bay, and Ray's in there swapping out the oil pan, trying to fix it. I don't know exactly what he's doing, so let's go check it out. Oh yeah, that's the problem right there.
Well, I'm glad I could help everybody have content for their. Right?
Hey, I'll send it to you, buddy. You know I got you.
All right. Almost there.
Okay.
All right, that's everyone I can get to, except for. Tell me when you're running that oil filter. Set it behind the front wheel on the driver's side.
I'm looking for a transmission right now. So.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep. It's going. I will rebuild it if I had somebody to show me how to do it.
Can you make it to Amarillo?
That's the goal.
We'll see. I'll take a rag. Yep.
Like I said, this is how you know how I operate. The plan is to get there. We've had to adjust the plan.
All right, oil filter's on. I need. Oh, I'm glad I checked that. Plug is not tight.
By the way, if you guys don't know, this is Jim.
Making his second appearance.
If you remember the Power Tour video where Falkenstein died in St. Louis, that's Jim.
What do you say, people?
So we decided with Group Think that we're going to stop at O'Reilly's, and if they don't have the parts, we're going to order them ahead somewhere along the route, and then hopefully maybe change the transmission fluid, filter, gasket, all that. And we're also going to grab a line pressure gauge and just see if we have line pressure issues. All of this just to figure out if we need a new transmission or not. I think it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Beck is putting in the work, just double checking all the lug nuts. You don't have to over torque them.
We don't want Jesus to take the wheel. Or
You know,
someone else to
the
take
fact
it.
that it's a Mustang 2 front end and I haven't hit a single crowd, I'm pretty proud of that. In fact, it's doing great. The alignment that Ray and his class did is perfect. I mean, those tires are smooth, exactly where they should be. Now, the back ones aren't doing so well because I think we lost our shocks, but that's all right. We're still rolling. Well, we're running behind the whole rest of the crew, but I still got a few salty fellers following me, which is really, really great, just in case. We went ahead and offloaded the spares, the Mustang 2 wheels and tires, because I think I blew both shocks out and we were rubbing. So, no garage, jumped in, grabbed them from me. Really appreciate his help. These guys are just sticking with me in case we have transmission issues, and it's not great, but it's still functioning. So we're going to just keep motoring on, try to get to Amarillo. Number one, it's raining, right? Number two, we're there. That way we can stop, get cleaned up, shower everything after we get ourselves covered in transmission fluid. But this is the National Route 66 Travel Museum. Travel? Transportation. The National Route 66 Transportation Museum here in Elk City, Oklahoma. We are right on the verge of getting across to Texas, but this is where the first part of the group already stopped. They've already went through the museum. If these guys want to do it, great. If not, we're going to keep motoring and try to get to Amarillo because it is a straight shot with nothing pretty much until we get to Amarillo. So next stop, Amarillo. Finally made it to Texas. I gotta tell you, it's always the most daunting part of this exact trip. It's just getting the hell out of Oklahoma. And there we have it, Texas. Now the next big step is, of course, Amarillo, and you know, New Mexico to me is the big one because you actually gain an hour once you get to New Mexico. But we're gonna hit up Shamrock on the way in. I love to go to Shamrock. We're going to top off with fuel, then make the mad dash to Amarillo. And then if it's not raining, we're going to do a little transmission work on Fred Little farm truck. But we're kind of the straggler group, and we made it. We are officially going across into Texas. Well, I know I said I wanted to get all the way out Amarillo, but I mean, I gotta, every year, I gotta. So, Fred's under the awning, everybody's lined up, and then we're gonna hit the interstate and try to get to Amarillo and just be done for the night. Because we got some mechanic work to do, people need to kind of tune things up and get things resituated, organized, and steak. Gotta have some steak. So, after this, we're gonna fuel up, head to Amarillo. There you have it. We've made it to Amarillo and the Big Texan for steak before the sun went down this time. That's a first. But Fred's definitely going to need some overhaul, a little bit of extra work. I don't know if we're going to do it this evening or in the morning, but we're definitely going to tear into him and make some adjustments, dump some fluids, figure some things out. But we made it. Time for steak. Ready for steak?
Yes.
Why, yes, there is like 70 of us all coming in to sit down at once at the Big Texan. Maybe one of them will actually take up the challenge.
That way, if y'all need to ask for anything on the line, it'll be smoother than just
How much time you got left?
45 minutes.
You got this. Hell, that's already all gone.
We're getting there.
Make it happen, Jim.
Appreciate you, bub.
Well, that was in the flood.
How's the truck, Ray?
It runs. It made it. It's dripping horsepower. Barking its territory.
Mine has dripped the whole trip, so. Well, how was your steak?
It was excellent.
Yes, it was. You can always rely on the Big Texan to satisfy your steak need at the end of a long day. But now we're gonna go unload the truck, kind of take a look at it, see what we need to do. If anything, we might not touch it at all. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And then bed, because we got another long day tomorrow. Great morning here in Amarillo, Texas. It is cloudy, it has been raining. Should be a nice and cool drive for everybody because today is the long day. It's like 5.5 hours if you take the interstate and go 70, 75. We're not going that fast. We're driving, you know, beaters. So I don't know how long it's going to take us to actually get there. It may be midnight before we roll into Grants, New Mexico. And we're still shaking down problems. I have transmission that's very unhappy. I've sourced out a couple of them in Tucson and a guy who was willing to rebuild it in the parking lot of the dragway if we get there. I'd have some backups. So, I mean, the Folsom Prison Bus has offered their trailer, which means I'm driving their car if I completely lose transmission. But we're not going to do that. We're going to keep pressing forward because this is Buff's garage. Ray, with Wrenching with Ray, lost his oil pan yesterday. Everybody stopped and rallied and helped him fix it. Then right after that, hit another bump, cracked the oil pan again. So he's got JB Weld in it. It's leaking everywhere. But you know what? It's fine. Top it off, keep rolling. On to New Mexico. There it is. Well, we had to make a few adjustments to the throttle linkage. We were only getting a quarter throttle. So we pulled over, cut that cable just a smidgen, and now I've got at least half throttle. So we made it out here to Cadillac Ranch. Everybody's gathering up, getting ready for the big send-off this morning, and headed to Grants, New Mexico, that way. But look at that beautiful sunrise. God bless Texas. Becca's making her mark. She got green paint for Fred, but I don't think it shows up well. We gotta get taller. Get taller. There you go. That'll be there about 10 minutes.
Yeah. Pull the next person.
Yeah, not
Great oak good though. You should not be down with it.
Oh, it is the Krylon Touch. Oh, it's a Fusion, that's why. It's a plastic thing.
He's got a big old can. It's actually multi-surface paint.
Yeah, it's just not good as like the rust stuff. There we go. Well, you know, I had to leave my mark here at Cadillac Ranch once again. We'll be back another day, maybe on the way back, maybe just another week. I don't know. But what I do know is we got a lot of miles between Amarillo and Grants, New Mexico. Look it up, Google it, you'll see. We gotta hit the road. So here we are, we made a stop for fuel in Santa Rosa, New Mexico. We are at a Route 66 Auto Museum. Just a, you know, cheap little roadside museum, but look, they've got old cars, including an Edsel. That's right, an Edsel with a front end loader on it, because that's what you put on your Edsel, right? Little taxi over there. Taco truck. Just another place to stretch our legs. We've just put down another 100 miles on Fred Little farm truck. With whatever's going on with the transmission, we're still moving forward. I mean, at this point, if I burn it up, I burn it up. I'll just get another one. And yes, it won't be brand new. It won't be rebuilt. It'll be whatever I find for a couple $100. So anyway, we're gonna go in here and check out a few cars and get back on the road, because we want tacos tonight in Grants, New Mexico. Well, here we are, made it to Grants, New Mexico. Got our hotel for the night. Fred did not at all like the traffic in Albuquerque or the mountains through that area. Between the traffic cutting me off and hitting the brakes, and then I couldn't get up to speed again, and then of course just literally trying to climb a mountain with no passing gear, it sucked. I mean, we got really slowed down, but we never quit, we never stopped. Fred made it here. So now we're gonna unpack all the stuff, get it into the room, go get us a bite to eat, maybe tacos. It is Tuesday. Poverty Tour has been a lot of fun, guys. I will do everything I can to get Dalton to do it again and be a part of it next year. But for now, I need some food. And then we're gonna come back and kind of tinker with some things. I've got guys over by Tucson that have parts, expertise, shops, you name it. But we got a long way to go from Grants to Tucson to get there. So I might tweak a few things, but for the most part, he's moving forward, so we're gonna keep going. And tonight we have tacos. Yep. Where's it?
Definitely.
Oh man, I'm full. How about you?
Stuffed. It was delicious.
So you know what I wanna do?
Sweet.
Now I want to crawl under a truck and get covered in transmission fluid and try to figure out why we don't have third gear. But look at this view. I mean this view right here. So here we are out here in the dark in the parking lot, trying to get Fred the Little Farm Truck's doing gas pedal things. Right now we've got a 3/4 throttle, which is better than before, but we need full throttle. So yeah, I'm gonna thank all these guys for standing around and pissing off the manager. Okay, so here we are, slightly defeated. We basically could not get a adaptable bracket to work. So we just put everything back the way it was, added an extra spring down on the transmission where we're supposed to have one and didn't. And we spent basically, 4 hours taking it apart and putting it back exactly the way it was. And we did not drop the pan yet. So it has never been dropped since I've owned it. That is from the desert to home to back. It's never been dropped. I'm pretty sure it's full of junk, water, and God knows what else. So we just said, screw it. We fixed the pedal to make it better, and we'll figure it out tomorrow. they had the shortest cable there, so I guess we're just compensating with our long throttle cable. We'll give it a shot. Basically what's happened is we were driving along going through the hills and there was construction. And of course they can't have construction in a normal place. They have to have it at the bottom of a hill. Fred's struggling to get up hills at this point. And throughout all that, it slowly wore through the other throttle cable to where we now have almost no movement between when I hit the pedal, the throttle doesn't move. Like it moves, but just barely. So we limped it into this town. I think it's called Sholo, Arizona. Boys at O'Reilly's took care of me. This is the only one they got, so we're gonna try it. And if it doesn't work, I'll just warranty it and we'll go pull string. Lots of parts that are about to plug away. It's like 50-mile-an-hour winds or something. Note to self, don't install non-standard parts into your race truck. It's really hard to find when you need them. Yeah, the other one. Yep. But it's almost like well, we switched out the cable and it's not the right size, but it seems to be attaching the pedal to the throttle, so let's see if it does anything. No, that's not. Forgot to turn the switch on. All right, take two. Let's try it. Go. So we made it to Salt Rock Canyon. We're just about 50 miles out from Globe, Arizona. This is the part that everybody said would be challenging for Fred with the hurt transmission and the accelerator issue, because it's like 6, 7, 8% grade pretty much this whole way through. But after we fix that accelerated cable, he seems to be doing better. So we're gonna keep limping him onto Globe. But look at this view. Well, I was just bragging how... And at this point, apparently we lost audio on the camera. So I'm explaining that we were losing the ability to climb this hill, and at the same time we were starting to overheat with the engine. So I pulled over before we reached 240, and noticed that we've got a long climb left to go before we get to the top of the hill. And it's just a short little drive on the other side to get to Globe, but we can't do that until we get the temps down. Oh, and by the way, do not try this at home. Well, we made it. Believe it or not, our hotel's also at the top of a hill, so that was no fun at all. But yeah, transmission's toast. I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna figure it out. But for now, we're gonna unload our stuff, go to our hotel, take a little bit of a break, and then maybe dig into this and at least get ourselves to Tucson. Well, we took the time to go check into our hotel, get a little bit of food, and now it's already dark at like 6 o'clock, but it would be 8 o'clock back home. So technically, I guess it's about right. Mountains, you know, sun going down. It's beautiful out here. But now I've got to dive into Fred, get under here and start figuring out what's going on with him. And I guess we're doing it in the dark. All right, well, the first thing we got to do is I want to try to get this linkage working on the shift lever. So when we put this shift lever in, we thought we had first gear, but turns out it does have park, reverse, neutral, and drive. But I can't seem to get it to downshift manually to 1 and 2, which should have really remedied all my problems today. Just trying to climb those mountains. I don't know if we just got this bracket in the wrong spot, which is probably the issue. But we're not going to be able to tell unless we get all this apart. And everything under here is covered in engine oil. It's not transmission that's leaking. That engine is leaking like crazy. It's just everywhere. So at some point or another, this transmission needs to come out just so we can do the rear main. And I'm joined next to me. You probably can't see because we're in the dark, but No Garage is working on his truck right next to me. We're dedicated to making this happen. In the parking lot, in the dark, in the mountains, Globe, Arizona. Rear diff?
Huh?
Rear diff?
Yeah.
Do you need some?
No, I've got it.
Okay. I believe that you did, but I'll always offer. Well, yes, we did self-tapper that right to the frame. Instead of putting it through the transmission pan, you know, it's supposed to go on a bolt on the transmission pan. That way it's directly in line and you get the full throw, you know, and it's just one of those things that you think it was a good idea at the time. Turns out it wasn't. That's okay, we can fix it now. Another beautiful morning on Poverty Tour. We're at day 4 in Globe, Arizona. We rinsed throughout the night on Fred the Little Farm Truck, and what we did manage to do that may actually help us today was we were able to get the shifter to go down into first. So long story short, whenever we put that shifter cable in, it wasn't put in correctly and we were only able to get park through drive. So I reconfigured the whole thing in the parking lot last night. And it sounds easy, but you actually have to like drop a couple of bolts out of the pan. We drilled a bracket, we did some things, and it did work last night. We'll see if it works today, because we've got to make the journey all the way to Tucson, Arizona, where I've got a couple of transmission options waiting for me. I got a whole lot of work, I'm sure. But you know what? Poverty Tour has been awesome. These people have rallied around each other, and it really is the heart of what Dalton and I do on a daily basis. Like whenever we go across the country, we break down. It just happens. And then we jump in and we fix it, whether it's my car, his car, both of our cars. Random strangers just walk up to you and help you. I mean, it's what I love about the car community. It's just amazing. You all are an amazing group of people, and we love you. So I never give up. I got a magical transmission with some kind of unicorn fairy dust in it. I don't know what it is, but we're gonna limp it all the way to Tucson, Arizona for Duct Tape Drags. I also have no park. And that's because we have first. I was like, this will make the curve.
You guys have to I didn't use mine. Right, but you got this thing slide.
greater than flat is bad.
Right? There's a few of those.
Well, I thought I might tinker with Fred a little bit before our morning announcements at Poverty Tour, and instead, I got to shaking hands, taking pictures, just having a good time with everybody. I just said, screw it, we made it this far. It's only 100 miles, so on to Duct Tape Drags.
When they hear the roar coming down the road and the earth starts to rumble and shake, we better clear the way, the tour's underway and they're headed to the desert race. A bunch of junk cars making the trip to the sand and cactus and sun. And it doesn't make sense, but they have no expense, they can get it done on the run. Buff and Dalton, the Chad, Ray and Jim, everybody pile on in. Whole bar garage, whiskey gas garage, the inevitable Jim Buff's garage, Red Chill with Ray. Whole bar garage, whiskey gas garage, the inevitable Jim Buff's garage, Red Chill with Ray. Now the car's all rusty and beat to hell, and the suspension's made out of sticks. It's missing some tires, there's no headlights, and it's covered in a bunch of bad fix. There's no windshield wipers and the exhaust is loud, and the windows are made out of tape. The seats are dirty, there's a lot of holes, and the brakes don't work too great. Buff and Dalton, the Chad, Ray and Jim, everybody pile on in. Whole bar garage, whiskey gas garage, the inevitable Jim Buff's garage, Red Chill with Ray. Whole bar garage, whiskey gas garage, the inevitable Jim Buff's garage, Red Chill with Ray. Now the car's all rusty and beat to hell, and the suspension's made out of sticks. It's missing some tires, there's no headlights, and it's covered in a bunch of bad fix. There's no windshield wipers and the exhaust is loud, and the windows are made out of tape. The seats are dirty, there's a lot of holes, and the brakes don't work too great. Buff and Dalton, the Chad, Ray and Jim, everybody pile on in. Whole bar garage, whiskey gas garage, the inevitable Jim Buff's garage, Red Chill with Ray. Whole bar garage, whiskey gas garage, the inevitable Jim Buff's garage, Red Chill with Ray. Whole bar garage, whole bar garage, whole bar garage, whiskey gas garage, the inevitable Jim Buff's garage, Red Chill with Ray. Whole bar garage, whiskey gas garage, the inevitable Jim Buff's garage, Red Chill with Ray.
Well, apparently the turtle wins the race. Fred, the little farm truck, beat Dalton, Jim, Jay, Ray, all of them, because they stopped to get food. You know, slow and steady wins the race. Here we are in Tucson Dragway, Tucson, Arizona. We made it in, we have gotten our armband. We are officially here, so we're gonna start setting up and getting our group, try to get them together, because they were supposed to reserve a spots and it didn't happen. But that's okay. We're gonna make it happen because we have a bus. The rest of the crew's coming. Update you when they get here. We're in a mining town in Globe, Arizona, and this is actually for some piece of implement equipment, but it was the only one they had was 42 inches long versus the standard 36-inch long that they always try to sell you at O'Reilly's. 42 might get us the S-curve we need, so we'll just put some self-tappers in it. It is plastic, so I'm sure it will last the weekend and that's it. They might have a throttle, I don't know.
Ball down on the bottom, bolt it all together, and then put your ball at the bottom. But then that way, the cable just does a U and it doesn't do a tight end. But I mean, you'll need a piece of, and then bolt that bracket there.
Okay, so a whole group of YouTubers has now taken over Fred the Little Farm Truck to engineer in a parking lot the new accelerator cable. They've got a plan to keep it from snagging, overheating, melting, all that. So, who are you?
I'm Sean Cross. My channel is Cross the Line, and Chip, No Garage Garage.
Eric,
snag to our garage.
And look who showed up just in time. He's like a blister, but he made it. And so we're gonna get this all wrapped up and maybe do some fun stuff this evening. Well, Wrenching with Ray made it. You know, going off of what everybody says that I don't actually work on my own truck, that's not helping. There's 4 YouTubers over there currently fixing Fred just because they want to. And one of them is the driver for Derek Bieri's truck. Oh. So awesome. I got lots of help. Zane made it. How'd it do, Zane?
Amazing.
A flawless, right?
Flawless.
Yep.
Rode like a couch.
And Dalton did just roll in, but he's going to go through tech and fail immediately. So we'll see how he does, and then we're going to figure out where we're going to be permanent here at Duct Tape Drags. So look at that, he made me a better pedal.
Yeah.
We do have a new one coming, so if this doesn't work.
Yeah, well, it can be reversed back the way it was too.
Yep.
Maybe.
So this this might give us a little more throw. These guys are re-engineering this so that it'll actually push versus pull. We'll see if that works. Well, I'm trying to arrange all the parking here, so
Because it can't.
just call me a parking attendant. Quiet, JD. See, you guys came up with a plan that lasts long term. I have a plan that lasts town to
This is a
town.
temporary, permanent fix.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. You guys are making it so it'll last all the way home and not just to the next town. I never tried to say I know everything about cars, and I'm willing to step back and let somebody else that knows what they do hurt themselves work on my car.
That's an awful big assumption that I know what I'm doing.
Well, you have the grinder. Okay.
I'm gonna apply the same rule to you.
I'm not saying that I don't like my yellow ones, but this one's really nice.
I was telling my kids when we're out town, we ain't going to the yard.
Last 5 laps, I got self-timer.
That feels way more graceful than it did earlier. I didn't have to like flex my ass.
Is it go all the way to the floor?
I did.
That's all the way?
Well, I mean, I feel like I'm gonna break stuff.
No, you're not gonna break it. That's it.
That's floors.
Real close.
I mean, you're close.
It's good.
It's way more than 15 mile an hour up a mountain. Good.
Yep. So I want to point out that I did actually do some stuff. It didn't get captured because I'm the cameraman and I missed me welding without a hood, using cutoff wheel without eye protection. You know, the real stuff. But these guys came together. Go check out their channel. I really appreciate them jumping in and helping me like this because I could have sat and done it by myself, but it's a lot more fun with friends. And these guys wanted to do it. They had a plan. They hadn't done it before. And they executed it. So give them a thumbs up. Give them a sub. Help them out. Well, the fix worked, so let's see if we can go through tech. Yeah, dog. I didn't do anything. Are we speed seekers?
Open the hood so I can see in there, please.
Yes, sir. We're trying to achieve better than factory. How about that?
That wouldn't take much of the dogs.
No, check it out.
Oh, I don't know if that's better or not.
You know what it is?
It's a Chrysler piece of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. It was free to me, so that's why it's in there. Everything here is less than $2,000.
It's old. It's got the distributor on the wrong side for a Chrysler.
Correct.
Some of the new ones
It's a
have
lean
up-
bird.
Some of them have up here.
We got
like
18 miles per
Fords.
gallon.
Did you? I get it on that.
Yeah, I
That's
bet
what
you do.
You can shut that.
All right, cool.
If only the first 500 miles, we got 18 miles to the gallon.
Got a helmet or no?
Yep, yeah. Thank you. We appreciate you guys being here.
I'd rather do some tonight instead of getting
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
blindsided tomorrow.
I agree. Well, just like that, folks, Fred Little Farm Truck passed tech.
All right, man. We stayed have fun.
We appreciate you, man. Thank you. All right, have a good day. That officially transformed Fred from a little farm truck to a little race truck.
thing, the more you hang out with me, you'll realize is I'm a very observant person because I drive garbage, and I'm always looking for it to
Here's
be
the
broke.
thing. I'm always in the driver's seat. I never see this side.
That's not bad.
No, it's bad.
The first four-wheel stir,
So apparently this whole drive we've been driving with those nuts not tightened down, and we've walked off of our centering pin. We're still alive.
That's what I said. I said, it's like DJ now with prison bus.
It looks at them, work on my stuff.
Hey, I set them straight on.
And the only problem with any of this is I went into a Walmart because we're so weighted down. These actually caught the curb going in. I'm not going to say that was the problem. We're going to just say they backed off and not that I forgot to tighten them. Souvenirs, get them all hot.
Hey, Buzz, do you want this one? What's wrong with that?
Nothing. These ones are the ones that
think you had problems.
I'm going to tell you, not enough RTV.
Well, that's
yeah, I don't think it's a copper seal
I know
in the
what you
world.
want, but
Copper seal.
Flex seal. Flex seal.
that one was next.
I've got the right stuff in the thing.
I have a valve to cover up.
Woo! Folks, here we are in Duct Tape Drags. Just finished up the Pole Barn Garage Poverty Tour. Made it in here, Duct Tape Drags this morning. Got our tent set up. It is looking poverty, that's the whole point. Fred the little farm truck is spicier than ever now that I got working accelerator cable. Transmission hasn't failed completely yet. So we're gonna keep pushing our luck and see if we can get at least a run down the drag strip today. And if it feels good, we'll go for round 2 tomorrow. If it doesn't feel good, we're gonna go for round 2 tomorrow because we don't quit, and I still haven't touched that transmission. I haven't turned a single bolt to drop that pan. We're just gonna go with it. It's working, why change it? We got all the crew here. Got Dalton, got Inevitable Jim, Build Season Steve, the Monaco that Dalton built, Wrenching with Ray, and of course Jay from Irish Outlaw Garage. There's a whole bunch of other people that I haven't even mentioned yet, but they're all in the Poverty Tour group, so check that out. We are probably, likely, definitely gonna do that again next year because that was amazing. It was so much fun. Dalton is, he's very happy, let's just say that. We had a lot of fun. There's no reason why we shouldn't do it again next year. But shout out to these guys, Whiskey Gas Garage. They have been super helpful with everything. Awesome group. And you know what? Let's go have some fun at Duct Tape Drags. All right, sun's about to go down, and the burnout pit is closing down in about a couple minutes, and they're gonna open up the lanes for drag racing. It's all test and tune, so it doesn't actually count. But I need to see if Fred's transmission is gonna hold up to at least a pass or two. The only way to do that, get on the track. 18 miles per gallon. 12 to 18.
I still go paying? No.
It's amazing, right?
I believe you. I'm saying I can't believe it did that.
Well, made it into the staging lanes for test and tune. Thought we'd give Fred just one shot to see how it's going to hold up after 1,500 miles. And then we'll determine what we're going to do from there. We may be up all night changing transmission.
the right. And at that 8th mile, 9.374 miles an hour in the left lane, 11.361 in the right. Gonna hit that quarter mile, 14.4 in the left lane, 96 miles an hour. And in the right, 77 miles an hour, gonna get...
Woo! He was fast. Okay. Fixing the shifter. Shifter's no good. Note to self, don't buy the $5 shifter from the garage sale just because it says B&M. We're gonna fix this shifter, we're gonna come back. Fred's got more in it. There you go. Have fun.
In about an hour.
Show us how it's done, guys.
Welcome back to Duct Tape Drags Day 2. Here we are with Fred Little Farm Truck. We are back at Tucson Dragway. I'm going to go ahead and try to give Fred a little run and drive because I couldn't do it last night. Line was too long, breakdowns, tri-5 shoot, had a whole mess of stuff. Made it so that Fred couldn't go down the track a second time. So I'm going to do it and drive now. And I've got another shifter coming, and once that new shifter gets in, we're going to have first with no issues. So I'm headed down the track now and drive. Hopefully we get better than we did yesterday, and we'll go from there. We can always improve, right?
What are you fixing?
Changing tires. This one was a little bald.
What are you fixing?
I am changing the plug. I'm trying to figure out why I got a lean bog at the line, and it might happen to be that I've got about 7,000 miles on these plugs from testing and tuning for months. I never changed them. So hopefully we don't bog for 4 seconds at the line this time.
Awesome.
Well, like the time before that too.
I'll be excited to see.
Huh?
I'll be excited to see.
Yeah, it should be pretty fun. I'd like to get at least one good run out of it. Just one, that's all I want. I've already broke the beam. The beam's been broken. That's the point. Drove over 1,750 miles, break the beams, have fun. The rest of it is just the drive home.
All right, here in the staging lanes, things moving a lot faster than they did yesterday. Fred's doing fine. Temps about 170, 180. We're good there. So we're gonna go ahead and get him all the way up to the front. Maybe find somebody closer to us to try to pair up with. But if not, we just run what we brung and go against whoever lines up. We're gonna do it and drive, so it's probably not gonna be impressive, but it's gonna be better than yesterday. Don't think I won't push my own truck. It's just these guys joined in when they saw me pushing by myself. So here we are, real close to the starting line. We don't have to leave Fred off. He hasn't got over 160 in this whole time. But they're all standing here. He's in neutral. We might as well push him. Just, it's easier, right? Anyway, so once we get up here, putting him in drive, take a leisurely stroll down the track as hard as I can push that pedal. And I heard there's a shifter right over there in the pits waiting for me. Brand new shifter. One of you guys hooked me up, went all the way out of his way. I appreciate you, buddy. We're going to get that shifter put in this truck. We're going to come back for the Battle of the Beaters. Make showing. Well, here we go, guys. We're one away from being up at the starting line, which means we're one away from victory. Victory being doing a decent pass, even if it's in drive. It's got to be better than yesterday. Go, Fred, go! Watching the temp gauge, about 160 right now. Yeah, we pushed it a little bit, but it really never got over like 160, 180 the whole time I've been in this line. Oil pressure's at 50 pieces. Volt gauge is voltaging. Fuel gauge still doesn't work. Idling great. We're ready to roll, people. Wasn't as tight as hitting the shifter, but it ain't bad. Never slipped once. Good run, Fred. Shifting better now too. He's healing himself. Way to go, Fred. Just realized there's a scale right here, so you know what? Let's scale Fred. Survey says 2642. He's a lightweight little farm truck.
Thank you, sir. It's going to be 1.9. 8.4 at 83, that right lane, 65 at 104. That quarter. Now, Chevy, left lane, 121. Camaro, right lane, 3439. That pickup. At 64, that right lane, 9.3 at 78. And that quarter mile, it's going to be a 16.8 at 78, and that right lane, a 14.3 at 89.
You turned the tow meter.
Last thing. Fred's gonna be quick silver. Yes. Perfect. Can I lift it up? Yep, there you go. Is that reverse?
Nope. We haven't moved. There you go.
That's reverse?
That should be reversed.
Well, just like that, with a little help from basically strangers, but also best friends. We've got Fred little farm truck shifting all the way down to first, ratcheting up 2/3, just like he's supposed to. I even have reverse and park, so it's kind of a luxury right now. So I guess the next best thing to do is go test it. Well, mainly the whole point of this is I'm just trying to get used to the shifter. It seems very easy to use once you understand it. It's not intuitive. It's not just click, 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 click. So I've got it in first right now. I ratchet it up, I got neutral. So when I get up to the line, we're gonna hammer this thing down into first, and I'm just gonna ratchet my way to home, and we're gonna win. And we're gonna win because Fred's gonna make a hell of a pass. But at this point, it's not on the truck, it's not on the shifter, it's not on the tires, it's not on anything but me. So if Fred does great, I get to be happy for Fred and me. If we do poorly, that's all on me. We've evened the score, it's now a driver's game. These guys have all legit cars, full cages, helmets. Here I am in my lap belt, my hat. I wore a helmet last time because I wasn't sure what he was going to do, and my buddy Steve from Build Season has a legit car that's doing 12s. He needs a helmet, so I gave him my helmet, and we're just going to go play.
Far lane. I don't know what that is lined up against. Oh, he red lighted. Red lighted, jumped off the line, not used to having a good first, but I learned the shifter, you can shift too hard, too fast. I went right into neutral. So we made that mistake. Let's not try to make that one again. So what happened out there, man?
I'm an idiot. So I didn't pump up the manual brakes, that's the first thing. So I went to bring the RPMs up where they're supposed to be about, like we figured it out, you know, and
push through the brakes.
Basically push through the brakes. So then I went to let off real quick and slam on the brakes, and when I did, I thought I saw a light change, but what I saw was I red lighted.
Yeah.
And so when I red lighted, I thought that was the light. My brain didn't. So I then took off and I was like, oh wait, we're not going anywhere.
So basically your brain was a little swirling thing saying loading,
yep.
And it never loaded.
And then it took off and the shifter worked great.
Yeah.
But then I overshifted, hit neutral, and then tried to get back into it, and by that point it was too late. I was never going to beat the guy, I just wanted to test the shifter.
Yeah, we ain't worried about the other guy.
I
We're
failed.
not beating ourselves.
I failed really hard. But the shifter works. So I'm in the line for Battle of the Beaters, and I'm going to go get voted in.
Okay.
Y'all got to vote loud.
Yes. We will. Where's the line at?
Right, it's already started.
Oh, okay, all righty. Well, we'll head over there.
Cool.
I walk down this return road and find out how far my microphone will reach before it starts to break up. This is gripping entertainment, folks. Windshield with a sticker to identify what class you're in. We just need you to roll forward, sort of out of frame, and these guys will stick you. Is A-okay. Nothing wrong with them.
Are you going to run general maintenance?
I better run general maintenance?
Are you going to?
Am I going to? Doubtful, because I will be doing this until you stop seeing me, and then I will be drinking beer until you stop seeing me. That's how this is going to go for the rest of the night. All right, well, we're going to gather cars up, and they're going to send them down here, so we will continue to entertain with our witty pros. Derek, that was you. Oh, hello. How's it going? So this is going to be a lot of fun. Obviously, the first time I get to hold the microphone. I'm going to try to keep the puns and bad jokes to a minimum, but you might catch a couple, so beware. Okay? So obviously we've got 4 categories, Fireburger, right? Well, 3. 3 categories of racing here, and one is just bye-bye. Yeah, there's the bogus category. So what we're doing, let's back up a little bit. All right, the way this Battle of the Beaters thing works is that we are judging to see if we think these cars are worth less than $5,000. And by the way, this is all total BS. It is just for fun. We totally take bribes. There are totally cars that are worth 20 grand that you, the audience, end up voting in. It is all for fun, and it's an absolute blast. But we are going to throw some people out. When somebody rolls up and says that General Lee that just did burnouts in the Vice Grip Garage burnout pit, and he wants to say that's $5,000, we're essentially just going to continue to wave him through, but he will continue to be able to race in the bogus category. So that's what that's about. Now, we have categories for power adder, meaning turbo, nitrous boost of any kind, nitromethane, and we will judge those to see if they're worth less than $5,000. All along the way, we're going to be asking for audience input. So you will essentially vote what class these cars run in, whether they're legit or whether they're bogus. And you'll hear me explain all of this again as soon as we actually go live on Freedom Plus. It looks like when you get like the hot dog wrapper, you crumble it up, but then you eat it, go to the hot dog home and unfold it. It looks like that. Yes. Next one. No! This is very early not pickup truck. This is a 520, right? It's a 520. I'm slowly working my way this way because my mic keeps getting sketchy. So camera guys, I'm kind of like trying to get a little bit closer if I can. Alright, this is an awesome 1300. I believe it's called 520. So the shed floor is absolute Swiss cheese. Got big box to throw in. They have nice white wheels, looks like. You can use the white wheel as a sieve, actually. Look at the seat. Oh, that doesn't work. Oh, the seat is sweet. That is can't castle or flat. Look at the giant engine doghouse in there. We gotta see it's under the hood of this file. Good stuff. While you're opening that on the mirror, you just see the radio on there. I turned around, but that's probably a Ford 520 XL. Looks like this is one of many vehicles that came in on the Garage Comedy Tour. Thanks to all of you who made that run here. There is no power. Look at that.
That is a small block Mopar.
It's nothing too terribly fancy. Intake card, stock manifolds.
This has ingenuity. I kind of like it.
$2,000.
Of course, we got the GM HDI ignition version on that because we want to get here, right? Okay. I don't know if I would think. I'm digging it. I really like it. For those of you on the grandstands, there's not a square inch of straight on this thing. Somebody walked all over the top and it got pounded out. It's a mess. Yeah, it's like a bar truck. So I'm just going to load it in there. He's good. That's why I asked for
We are in.
All right. Next up, we have a very interesting case.
Well, here we are, end of the day, Battle of the Beaters class. We are the NA. We are live on Freedom Plus right now, and we're getting lined up for our first run. Assuming we do well, this won't be our first run, but if we lose, we lose.
So, I don't know if you heard that there at the end.
Nope.
Everybody got in. They got to a point and they're just like, you're good, you're good, you're good.
So I saw him come up and tap David and tell him yes or no's, and then Dalton rolled up, and the first thing they did was do a whole big interview, and I went after that. I was like, well, the yes or no's are out. They came back, apparently.
Yeah.
They're an hour over, and that's how it goes here.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted it in at the beginning.
Right. So,
Oh, I never came to win. I won already.
Right, and that's why I just asked that if you're take this stuff that serious, this is not the event for you. If that is what you're worried about, so.
I've won already. We went 12 to 1,500 miles. I've lost track, honestly, all the way from Joplin, Missouri, Tucson, Arizona, in a truck I built in my garage out of 3 scrapped cars. Fred the Little Farm Truck has been, everywhere. He's on a t-shirt, he's on stickers, which you can get at busgarage.com. I'm telling you guys, I've won already. So happy. The crowds, all the people's been great. The crowd's loving Fred. You guys love Fred. Now all we have to do is get home. Believe it or not, they lined me up next to the Ectomobile, the mini Ectomobile. There's a chance I might actually win this one if I don't mess up. So we're gonna go out there, we're gonna put on a show, and then we're gonna take a nice cruise down the track. Here we go, kiddos. Fred Little Farm Truck's about to make his live debut.
Got Buff up in the near. I think that thing's a Kia Soul or something in the far.
Okay, he goes way deep with the Kia, and he gets absolutely spanked.
That was a lot better launch. We got a, let's see what it is, a 1773. I don't understand how he's slowing down, but he got the win.
Missed the shift again, tried to go to neutral. That's my fault, I'm gonna learn this. I'm gonna learn this. But it was fun. How many people get to race the Ectomobile? Look at that view, guys. This is what it's all about. Coming out here with a bunch of friends, 100 of them, hanging out with some cool people, seeing some cool cars, and at the end of the day, doing a smoky burnout and a halfway decent run down the track. And I don't know if Ray just won, but he was ahead of that truck that just went by. So make sure you check out Wrenching with Ray. It's going to be an interesting video. Thanks, man. Winner. Right lane. 0.4 off the tree. Not great, but not horrible. 0.77 reaction. 2.139 60 foot. 6.650 330. 17,735 at 7607. But you know what? But I also missed and put it in neutral. So he's slow, but he beat the Ecto. Which I think that means I run again. Well, update. Of course, Fred won. Which is the first time ever I've never actually won against anybody on the track, like for competition. And I was excited. I screwed up, put it in neutral and rolled down the track and did a 17 something. It was god awful. But here's what I'll tell you. I know the rules. When you win, you come back into the line and you tuck in over to the side. That lets all the people that haven't ran yet use this lane. Of course, or the emergency lane if they have to get in and out. We know what we're doing. So we went ahead and lined up. we got told by this little kid up front, not his fault, said, nope, you just run once and then they pull your times and whoever has the best time wins. And we like, whoa, no. That's not how it works. Elimination is, in case they red light, they brake, whatever, a slower car could actually win the whole event. And that's what we're lined up for. It's okay if you get lined up against a faster car or a better driver. They could screw up, and so could you. But you know what? Being told it's one and done, it didn't go over well. This whole crowd was very, very upset. So knowing the people that I do, I called a few friends, they made a few connections, and the next thing you know, Elimination's back on. So Fred will run again. Just after these power adders and bogus class go, Fred's got another chance at redemption. We got a 15.99 knocking at the door, and we got to get there. So in the winner's lane, we're lined up for round 2. It looks like they paired me up with a ridiculous car. Not a chance at all I'm going to win, but it's what happens. He did it on purpose. They're trying to get this night over with, and I get it. Been a lot of confusion here. There's a lot of new people on the track trying to keep this place going. There's a lot of new people racing that have never raced before. A lot of confusion. Our group, the Poverty Tour group, actually went around because we kind of know a little bit about drag racing, tried to help out. So in the end, we kind of did help the staff. The staff appreciated it. But then this guy goes to line us up and puts me next to somebody there ain't a chance in heck I'm going to beat. But that's okay. That's racing. Oh yeah, I'm going to die. I mean, here's the thing. You can always red light or brake. He ain't gonna. It's going to be fun. You're going to kick my ass, but it's going to be fun.
We'll see. It's a drag race.
I've never made it to round 2. Ever.
We've done your bus.
Woo! Let's have fun.
Yes, sir.
We're about ready. Wish it would have put me with this El Camino behind me. At least I had a chance with that.
Alright, we got Buff in the near lane and Fred and the Barbecuda in the far.
He didn't do anything with the transmission.
Sad transmission noises.
This should be a pretty good race. I noticed that they once again have the gas can mounted against the grill of the car, securely ratchet strapped in.
Now you tell me how that car is worth less than $5,000.
Thank you, man. You're welcome. He definitely won. Definitely slower. So Fred's top score was 1650 something earlier today. Our linkage is not quite right. That's okay. We'll fix it later. but first is actually second. I took off, it didn't shift into second like it should. Let off a little bit, got back in it, went ahead and shifted once, went to neutral. Don't know why that happened. We'll fix the linkage and come back and try again. But you know what? I had a lot of fun. I've never made it to round 2. They put me against a car that there's no chance in heck I'm gonna ever win. And that's okay. We had fun. Guy did a hell of a job with his car, and I commend him on his race. But me, I'm going back to the pits, have a little bit of drink, talk to my friends, have a good time, head home tomorrow. Just a little wrap up, something that's frustrated me. I'm not a race driver, I'm a YouTuber. I'm thinking about optimal shots, the best thing for you guys to see, and of course, I just want to have fun. That's all this is about, right? We're having fun. This event kind of got a little mismanaged. I'm not blaming anyone in particular, but when you got a lot of people that are all confused, not knowing what they're doing, but you got racers that have been doing this for years, even me, who's only done this 3 years, I know certain rules, like when you win your round, you line back up. When you're ready to go right back up. Losers go back to pits. That's always been the way it is. Well, that's not how they tried to do it this time. They also tried to do a one and done. You run one race and you're done. And that doesn't work either. That really upset a lot of people. So I think they got her straightened out. I ran my second race, obviously didn't win, and that's okay. But they put me against a car that was 13-second car. Now, luck of the draw, it is what happens, right? But when I pulled up for them to start selecting, there's 7 lanes, and they had 6 of them full of cars, so the guy had lots of variety to choose. And when I rolled up, he immediately put me in a lane next to a car that we all know is a 13-second car, which you can see in the video. And me and the other driver, we're good. Nothing against him. He's got a good car, and he's a good race driver. But as I roll up, I asked him, I said, do you want me next to him? That's not like in my mind, that's not a good pairing. And he said, yes. And as I rolled by, I said, I'm gonna get my butt kicked. And he said, yes, you are. So he's purposefully selecting cars to lose because they overbooked an event and have ran it somewhat poorly to the point to where they have to purposely stack races simply to get the event over with. And I'm sorry, that's not a good event. It's not good for everybody. Maybe next time, do a little bit better job of managing the track, managing the racers, don't have extra special events in the middle of it. But you know what? I think I've not run this type of event, but maybe I should. Maybe I should do an event like that. So stay tuned. We may have to think about this. Come on. Well, if you noticed, we're now limping. We are limping. So we left Tucson this morning to head to Tucson. I'm going to take Becca there. She's never seen it before. And then we were going to head on back on 10, White Sands, Alamogordo, all that area. And apparently, every time on the track I thought I was upshifting into neutral, I wasn't. I was upshifting into third, which now identifies as a neutral. So driving back to the hotel from the track last night, there was no third. So Fred did so great all the way here, acted up a little bit. We get to the track, he's miraculously healed in time for the smoky burnouts, for the drag racing, everything else. But at the top of the track, I wasn't able to get third. I wasn't misshifting. He just doesn't have third anymore. And I know on 904s, there's some things you can do to tinker it, and we could, but I got an offer here local in Tucson. The guy's gonna hook us up with a good running 904. It'll get us home, and that's all we need. So we're gonna keep driving 20 miles an hour until we overheat. We're gonna go put another transmission in Fred. I don't want to tow him if I don't have to, but we may have to. If he just quits altogether, then that's where we're at. You know, he made it this far. He made a good showing. He did everything I needed him to do, but we need to get home. So we're gonna try to just swap it out, drive home, call it good. Could I fix it? Probably. Am I going to? Eventually. Let's just get home, and we'll have all the fun in the world with it once we're home. Yeah, I know. I don't like to trailer my stuff. I like to drive it. But in this case, you know, I'm just going to hurt things worse, and at 30 miles an hour, more of a hazard. And I don't have all my friends to literally back me up. So my old friends are here. Where's he at? He's hanging out under the back of the truck. Billy. He was actually there for everybody at Duct Tape Drags. Made all of his tools and equipment and everything available to everybody. He does it every year. Awesome guy. I'm proud to call him my friend. And honestly, this is just going to be faster. It's going to be quicker. We won. We already got here. So let's fix this transmission, get Fred home, and make him better. That's just cool. Be able to get these two, but I think these two might suck. Well, I can get to this one. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So just 2 days ago, that transmission fluid was nice and red, and I'm guessing, what, 4 passes down the track? It's not anymore. The hill climb didn't do it, the full throttle drag passes did. I can't imagine why that's... We're finally opening the magical unicorn transmission lines here that made it all the way out from the desert back to home, and then now home back to the desert. The desert will reclaim it. It's the death of the unicorn.
You guys could get dirty and we could make more jokes about how everyone says Buff never works on his own stuff.
Where's Richard with Ray at?
He gone.
I know.
He left the minute we were done racing. Going? Alright, so this is the thing I avoided the entire trip. I had all the stuff to do it, but I convinced myself we could get through all the way to Tucson without ever dropping that pan. But we talk about the magical unicorn fairy dust that's been holding this thing together. Let's see what color it is now. It ain't looking good. Hey, when did we put motor oil in the transmission?
Wasn't that Grant's?
It's normal, right?
Oh.
No. Yeah. We have to also show I actually work on my own shit. Yeah. People don't believe it.
Wait, you worked on your own stuff?
Well, I was at the track and people were jumping and helping.
No.
And I said, hold up. I have to work on my own stuff. People don't believe I do. Does not. I've smelled worse though.
Yeah.
To be honest. Yep. It's not the worst.
One more?
Yep. Ready? Are you?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, that's not red. Look, it's got a pink tint to it. We're
There's
good.
chunks in it too.
Is there really?
Yeah, you can hear it. There you go. That might be a gasket.
Oh.
I heard something.
There should have been some water in there because I remember Dalton pouring that in. No,
Yeah,
no major dirt though. Just yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Oh. Hey. That looks important there. Wow. Picture that. You remember those freeze plugs I was supposed to do? Yeah, we're not doing that. It doesn't.
Right now.
It's almost like I made it too tight. There it is. Oh, it's magic.
Not the crock.
How to get the
It's overfull.
We don't have a rear main seal leak, but what do we call that? The cam? So we're gonna not do anything but this. Oh, come on, make it work. There we go. Little right stuff. Let's fill that right up.
And it's fixed.
Better to the factory.
I like that.
What they should have done. And if it still leaks, we'll wish it didn't. It's like a hold your teeth and bite your tongue. That's exactly how it is.
Yes, look at that.
Perfect.
I have.
So with that, I mean, you can meet a stranger in the desert and you can get your transmission that actually gets you home. I mean, we did that in like an hour and a half, but then we've been hanging out for a little bit. So you never know what you're gonna find whenever you're out in the desert. Off to home. Well, after getting that transmission change, we made it here to Benson, Arizona. It's just a little bit east of Tucson. It was getting dark. Transmission was working good. We just didn't want to push our luck. Fred's doing great. He's doing absolutely great. So we're going to go ahead and push our luck. We thought we might as well go ahead and skip on down to Tombstone. It's just right down the road. You guys kind of saw it last year with the A-Team van, but Becca didn't get to see it. So we're going to head down there, and you're going to see that on the next episode of Buff's Adventures.
Trying to keep my eyes open. The generator's busted and the AC's broken. I'm talking to the Lord, hope He helps us get there safe. And we made it to the show, now we're singing to the crowd. We're playing encore and they're screaming real loud. Try to get home early, but I know that ain't the case. Yeah, it's another hotel room, sleeping on the floor. I'm hurting in the morning from the night before. Pay my dues, I'm eating, love the road. I'm coming home, baby, leave the porch light on. Breakfast in the morning from 7 to 9, but we just can't seem to wake up in time. We grab a cup of coffee and we're off to hit the road. Now we're running on fumes, no time to kill. We got one more show and it's a shitty door deal. Breaking my back just to make a couple more. Yeah, it's another hotel room, sleeping on the floor. I'm hurting in the morning from the night before. Pay my dues, I'm eating, love the road. I'm coming home, baby, leave the porch light on. Yeah, it's another hotel room, sleeping on the floor. I'm hurting in the morning from the night before. Pay my dues, I'm eating, love the road. I'm coming home, baby, leave the porch light on. Yeah, it's another hotel room, sleeping on the floor. I'm hurting in the morning from the night before. Pay my dues, I'm eating, love the road. I'm coming home, baby, leave the porch light on.
Well, we made it to Pole Barn Garage West. Fred here got a little warm coming up the mountain, and I wanted to check out a few things to make sure that we're not going to have this issue later. First things first, it's got a cheap Chinese cap on the radiator. So we're going to just go ahead and get rid of that. We'll go ahead and top that off, put on the new cap, and then we shouldn't have this problem. Also spent a day or two helping out Dalton with his latest project, which you can't see. You'll have to wait for his video to see that. And then we're going to head on back home. It's been a long journey. It's been a great trip. We had a lot of fun doing Poverty Tour. Duct Tape Drags was okay, but Poverty Tour was where it was at, where we got to take an old vehicle that we built ourselves and drive it all the way across the country with like 100 of our friends. It was a great, great time. I encourage you to look up the Poverty Tour group in Facebook. We will be likely trying to put this on again next year. I say we, it is all Dalton at Pole Barn Garage, but you know, we support him and we definitely want to go again. So we're gonna top off our water. Don't have any coolant in this yet, so that'll be an issue for later. You know, that's for tomorrow me that I'll forget. Big jets flying by. Anyway, top this off and get back on the road. Well, we're stopping in Roswell for the night after leaving Pole Barn Garage West. It's just another stop along the way. We do want to go ahead and go check out a museum that I've never got to see, even though I've driven through here a lot. Becca wants to see it. We both have a little affinity for like the paranormal, supernatural, and maybe even some aliens. So we're gonna go check that out tomorrow. But let me tell you a story. We were coming through the mountains and a whole herd of deer ran out in front of Fred, and the brakes work on Fred, and we slowed her down just in time to give that deer a little tappy tap, and the deer skidded off and ran off into the woods. But look at that, there's a print of where it hit, but it truly really did no damage at all, not that you could tell anyway. Like, that was already bent down. You can go back and look at pictures and see that. So not sure if there was any real damage at all. The deer didn't go under the truck. None of the lines were damaged. I'm gonna go ahead and crawl under it tomorrow. Just make sure and take a look, top off all the fluids, and then we're gonna head back home, headed east. So yeah, a little bit of excitement, but Fred's no worse for wear. We're gonna get some sleep, go check out some aliens, and then head home. Man, it's good to be home. 3,000 miles?
3,000 miles.
In a tiny little truck. What can we say? If we can do it, you can do it. Make sure to check out Poverty Tour on Facebook, because we're coming back for round 2 next year. And yeah, I'm ready to
Not take bread.
I'm ready to stretch out. So thanks for watching. Hit up the merch, buffsgarage.com. I need a nap.